trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, what we're going to do now is go over some of these positions that we've been talking about here during the time we do the radio show. We sold this up here at 88. It's trading at 78 right now. It's a $500 profit. I would go ahead and book that because it made the 61% retracement of the previous day. If you wanted to, you could put your stop at, just go intraday somewhere and put your stop in. But I frankly, you certainly want to get there, but there you're break even. Here you've made $500. You took out the lows here, didn't go anywhere. So to me, I already did. I just got out at 78. So that's what I'm watching here with the wheat. Okay, now we also have soybean meal that has been doing pretty good. Let's get this up here. If you remember, we had this also was on a long-term daily. Get that up there. You see, we had a big move right here. And this is where we're coming down. I recommended in the video this morning early that we put our stop at 304. We're now trading at 3 even. Oh, excuse me, folks. This is Palo Verde season. Anyway, also here, you could do the same thing on the meal if you wanted to, because the meal came down and went right to the 78% retracement of the move right here. So that's had some type of a low here. You could either put your stop right here. That's what I would suggest you do. Put it in here at 03. Okay, and if it gets a fit at 03, you made $1,100. If it doesn't, you're going to make $2,400. So it's up to you, but that's what I would be doing right now, looking at that. Okay, hasn't gone anywhere, but it stopped right there. So we're taking a look at it from that point right there. Okay, now let's get back to a couple other things that we need to cover here. I've had several questions about Amazon. I wanted to show you the stuff for Amazon today. It was down quite a bit early in the morning. Oh, that was Friday. And then it rallied today right up to the 382. And this has been from 42 down to 20. This is not much of a move for these things, but that's what we're looking at when we're looking at Amazon. These are requests that I've had from people, looking at what's going on, with the markets on some of these things, and I'm going to try to cover those the best I can. Okay, I've covered the wheat, and I've covered that. I've covered the bonds. Need to cover the Dow Jones E-mini, and you'll get up here. Here's the Dow Jones E-mini last night. Big move down, dropped 500 points. You can see here, dropped all the way down here, and just clean this out. You can see that we're looking for this to come down to this area right here. But here's where we are right now. I'm thinking it could possibly make that in a day or two. And you got to trade these swings, folks, because by golly, let me tell you, these things are really jumping around, quite a bit. Now, let's get the hourly chart up here because we want to be able to spot something that might have happened today. Now, you can see the rally that we had right back here off of the high. Just clean this out so we can see it from last night. There was last night's low. We didn't quite take out the low of February 3rd. Then we had this big rally. And as you can see here, we went right up to the almost exact 61% retracement up here at 47. And then we dropped 300 points, and now we're back up 100 points on the day. So this is still acting bullish. And the fact this last little pullback probably looks like it made a perfect 50% retracement, and there it was right there. And now we're in the midst of bouncing it up to the upside. So it's going to be very interesting, to say the least. Now, one thing that could be happening here is there is a possibility. Now, this is an hourly chart. Let's just clean this up just a little bit, because there's a possibility that we could be looking at a head and shoulders. There's your left shoulder, okay? There's your right shoulder right here. Okay, so that's a possibility that we could be watching today in this, because this has taken seven trading days to get to this point, and it fits all the parameters. You can see here, there's where we are, and there's your 135 pattern lined up here today. So as long as we don't get above that, which is 200 points from where we are right now, this has got a chance to be left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Let's just double check to see if there's any symmetry in the time. Pretty close, so I'd be watching that really, really close here with the, with the Dow Jones, with the Dow Jones here today. All right, now let's get this out of the way here, and we want to cover a couple things. I'm going to jump around here because these are things that were talked about in the past. This is the stock that Bill Meridian liked. If you remember, he was very, very bullish on this, and of course it had the sell-off here. This is when we had Bill on just the other day. Then it dropped, and then look what's happened. It's gone all the way up here. He was very, very bullish on Netgear. And he was also bullish on MicroStrategies. And here's MicroStrategies. I think he was bullish on Micro. No, he was bearish on MicroStrategies. I don't remember which one it was, actually. I've forgotten. But I know he was bullish on Netgear because it sold off, and he was bullish on this one too, but it did sell off. So this one didn't quite work the way he wanted to, but the other one certainly did. Now he's doing options. So the options, keep you in the game sometimes, where other times you might get stopped out when you have these big gaps. All right, now let's move over, and the next one we're going to be talking about is Tesla. We had a big move in Tesla here overnight. Oh, what happened to the chart? Let's just get this up here and take a quick look at it. Tesla had a beautiful ABCD today. That's one of the reasons why that NASDAQ was rallying so much. You'll just get this out of the way here. Now, this is the ABCD here in Tesla. There's your A, B, C, D, and this is a 60-minute chart. So the low should have come in right here, and it's $10 higher than where it was. It came within, you can see, it came within 50 cents of the exact low, and then it's rallied $12. So the example of the ABCD coming in. Just looking at this on a really short time frame, you can see the distance between the highs and lows looks like they're pretty good. There's from your high down to your low. And if you, whoa, let's get that out of the way. Hold on a second here. Move that up here where it belongs. And then you'll see if you just moved it over to see if it had any symmetry to it. There it is right there within about an hour. And this is an hourly chart, so coming in pretty much right where it should have come in. Okay, now we'll move on here. Norm Winsky will be our guest here at the break. We have a, where happened to, just a second, folks. I have to put these in order here so I can bring them up as the best I can here. Want to cover the gold market here because this one really took off. Let me get up here and show you. I really thought we were going to, let's get that hourly chart up because it looked like we were going to have some really strong resistance up here at this level. You see we went up to the 1.618 expansion here, and that's been the high so far, and it hasn't sold off. So as I mentioned in the video, I said, be really careful with this one. I said, you just want to wait and see what happens. Wait for a big break, and then you want to try to sell the 382 retracement. Anyway, we'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, reversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs? Trade wars? Analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The events for this month are February 14th and 21st, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is natural gas. This is a trade we had set up for today. As you'll notice, we have I didn't put this in the video because I had too much other stuff to cover, but this is what I was watching personally. We have an ABCD pattern forming up here at 35.74. Okay, now here's today's action. You see you gapped up, and then you pull back right there, which is exactly 618. Plus, if you look at it really close, you're going to see that there it is right there on the money, exact 382 of that low. So that was a very, very low risk buy. And as now, as you can see, we're heading up to 35.57 is what we're looking for. Anyway, that's what the charts are saying here with the natural gas. And of course, in the news all the time. So we need to kind of watch it. Now, also, if you remember from the newsletter, and then also last week, I said, watch for the potential for crude oil to start to make some type of a bottom because of the seasonality that's there. Indeed, along with the other stuff. So what we're going to do here, we bought that earlier this morning. And hold on one second to get this out of the way here, get the hourly chart up, because this is what we were watching here this morning. Just get this up here, draw it real closely. We were expecting it to hold down this level right here. Now here's today's action. You see there's Friday's, then the market rallies up. There's Sunday's action right here. So what we're going to do now is go down to the smaller time frame, and then what we're going to do is here's the action for Sunday right here, and then the action here for today. So what I was watching here today was to see, to get this, make it a little bit bigger. So remember this, folks, is a $70,000 contract, but it trades big time numbers, and so you're able to get in without risking an arm and a leg. So there's the action here on Sunday. There's Friday. There's the action on Sunday, and then you have the big move. Now this has taken 4 hours to complete this here, folks. So remember, what we watch for is to see if once the market has trended, you want to look for that 382 retracement. And this took a long time. So what I was watching is to go back and you look up and you see this right here. You can see we missed it by about 10 cents. Okay. And then what happened? It did it again, folks. You see how it pulled back right again? Now this one, we're going to go back for the same move back here. This was a big one. You can see it This one here also misses it by about 20 cents, but it lands in right here. You see the time frame in this, the correction time? It's the same, but look what it did this time. All it did is pull right back to the 61% retracement. That means you had an ABCD pattern right there. Remember, this is a $70,000 contract, and there's your AB, there's your CD leg right there. There's your almost exact 61% retracement. It's had a buck in it. So that's what we're watching now. You can see we're doing the same thing now. Watch for the pullback and see if that's going to help you get to that point of what you're watching here when you're looking at crude oil. We're going to have Mike Moore on Wednesday. Tomorrow will be Stan Harley. And then also on Monday today, we're going to have Norm because he's really adamant about these big cycles that are popping up here. And he wants to make sure that, excuse me, folks, make sure that he can catch up with it. Now, here is one. This is one here. Let's get this out of the way here. This is the soybean oil. If you remember, we've been talking about that for the last few days. We had this ABCD move up here, went right up to that level. All we've been doing now is just going sideways, okay? And it looks like it could make a bottom in here. It could go to the top. We don't know, but all we know is we have our stop at the break-even point, and then you don't have to worry about it at all. That's the way you try to handle it as you look at some of these things here. Outstanding. And that's what we're paying attention to. Okay, now let's move over here for 1 second here. We've covered the bonds. Okay, live cattle. Okay, this is one that we're looking for 192 in the cattle, but today's action, you can see all we've done now is we've come up and we've been right here at the 382 here all day today. That comes in at 198.20, and we're at 198.47 right now. So that's what it is. What we think is happening here in the cattle for the long. This is a real bullish pattern, folks. Right here, there's your 382. And the 61% retracement. 382 off of the bottom right here, and 61% of the retracement right in here. That's where you want to be looking to get long the cattle. That's where the old highs are right here, and that's a bullish pattern, folks. You got an ABCD in a really strong market with two ratios coming in. That's down about 4 cents from where it is right now, and it can do that very easily. And remember, that is also the A, B, C, D to that move to the downside. So this is the key level here. That's why I've got my limit minders in, to make sure that that lines up really good, and we'll be able to try to get into that cattle market, without risking, without risking an arm and a leg. Now let me move out of the way here, and I want to cover a couple of stocks that people have asked about. One of them is Goldman Sachs. It's got hit hard today. That's one of the reasons why the Dow is down, folks, because Goldman Sachs got hit pretty hard this morning. Let's get this up here. Had the chart, but it disappeared. Oh, what else I got to do? I got to check that. Okay, there's the Goldman Sachs. Doesn't look like it got hit pretty hard, but by golly, it did. You can see here, we had a high of 164. We came all the way down here to 44. Okay, let's just draw this in. Let's just do this and make sure that we have the reset defaults correct. Otherwise, they got these crazy things on that. Here's where we are with Goldman Sachs right now. There was the high on the 7th. Then this was the high today, and you can see the market is broken down. Let's get down to the smaller time frame. See if we're bouncing off a 382 right now, just for kicks and giggles. My guess is it is. It looks a little bit higher, possibly. Yeah, we are. A little tiny bit higher, about a buck or two. But that should be it. And there's a little ABCD here up at 153 or 653. So that ought to hold that back. So we'll have to do that one. All right, now AMD. That is one that has a lot of AMD. What the heck? I got ADM. That's after Archer Daniels Midland. Hold on, folks. I got the wrong chart. I'm going to get ADM up here because that's what the person asked about. I wrote the wrong number here. Let's get the daily up on it. Boy, this is getting hit. I don't know if it's related to anything else, but wow, this has been coming down for quite a while here. This is the daily. My goodness, it's just falling out of bed. Let's look at this on a long-term weekly, because this is related to commodities, folks. This thing, there's your 382 right here, and it's just dropping and dropping. So there's not getting close to a 78% level down in here with some ABCDs. The stock that the person asked about, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not. I'm not going to be able to do it. But let's look at Amazon, because another one here that's been, the loving child of all the tech people. And you can see here, we've had a big break. Today, we had the big break yesterday. We had a really strong rally today from 28, $4. Not that strong. If you measure from the high down to your low, we went right up to the 382, and that's telling you that it's still bearish. So those are the things that we're watching. So let's stay tuned, and we'll have Norm Winsky on. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, I believe we have Norm Winsky in the house. Norm, are you there?
Yes, sir, Larry. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. You said there was some big astro stuff happening in the sky. You want to tell the folks what you're looking at?
Okie dokie. But first, we need to look at the results so we can learn what might work or not work in the future. So I was last on your show on January 28th, just ahead of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points here. The night of the 28th, we had two things happening. We had the moon's north node changing signs, going from Aries to Pisces. The moon's north node is a mathematical point in space, 18.6-year cycle, and 1/12 of that is about 18.6 months. There'll be 18.6 months. It changes signs and usually brings some important shift in the economy and the markets. So we had, and the problem with it is, though, because it's not a hard body, it's a mathematical point, it's not hard to be accurate to the day, and so it's an approximation where it actually is. And so if we have a lower batting average on this, don't be surprised. So anyway, because I always try to shoot for within 1 day of my target date. Okay, so we had, we're going to look at coffee, corn, gold, silver, sugar, wheat. And then that same night, we had a new moon in the sign Aquarius. For anytime we have a new moon, full moon, we look at financials, grains, precious metals, soybean oil, and because it's in Aquarius, we're adding copper. And then the next night, Uranus in the sign of Taurus was turning direct. That's the opposite of retrograde, if you're familiar with that. By the way, if you need any help, like any help with any of these technical terms, give me a call. I'll give you a free class. Explain some of these technical terms or any questions you might have. And there's no robot here, no assistant. You get me, okay, 50 years of experience. So, okay, so now moving ahead, we have the Uranus in Taurus turning direct. That's cattle, copper, and cotton. And then that was the night of the 29th. And so we look for the trades usually on the next morning's opening when it's overnight. Then we had the weekend of the 31st. We had Mercury apogee. Apogee means Earth. Mercury was its closest point in its cycle to Earth. And then we look, anytime we have Mercury, we want to look at corn, soybeans, wheat. And then also, I went into Monday, the first Monday of February, the 3rd. After that night, we had Jupiter in Gemini turning direct. We'll be looking at the stock market there. And also we had a point to the U.S. chart for stocks, T-bonds, and the U.S. dollar. So here we go. Here's corn. And if anybody thought I was just making up this stuff to make me look good, you're going to see that I don't look so good this time. Had kind of a bad streak here. Had two strikes on corn there. Corn went up there, and that's kind of too much drawdown there. If I wanted to be really loosey-goosey, I could have counted that as a winner, and then I would have had two winners, but I'm counting that as two misses. All right, here's soybeans going sideways. We don't do sideways. Every time we go sideways, I mark it in a yellow box for a pass. But the beans did go down here into our, I think that was Mercury apogee, our Mercury point, and that made a very nice low there on the beans. Here's wheat. That's an obvious miss there because we went higher there. And then when it pulled back, it wasn't even down to that level yet. So we had a miss there, but our Mercury apogee point was good for a very nice pullback low in the wheat. Here's cattle. I think, Larry, you mentioned that you jumped on the cows there near the top. And that was Uranus turning direct in the sign of Taurus the bull. Notice how this nice run up here, the cattle were stampeding to higher prices until it ran into Uranus turning direct in Taurus the bull, and then it's been going. Now the cattle are retreating. Okay. And here's the cotton. The cotton's a miss, and you see it went 2 days lower there, so that's not good. Coffee, I don't know if you mentioned coffee earlier today, Larry. I know you mentioned gold. Both these markets are in the rocket mode, and wow, coffee exploded, I think, to the upside here today, as did gold, and they're nearly parabolic. So anything you do on the sell side in that market is probably going to be a loser. But I had a date here, and you can see that didn't work. Okay, here's sugar. Sugar, if you were patient for a few days, didn't have much of a drawdown. That was a sell. We always sell on strength, buy on weakness. And it went just a tiny bit higher, rolled over, and you had a chance to make a small profit there. Here's a bounce up in the crude oil into our date there. I think that was the full moon. And, was that a full moon or new moon? That was that was a new moon.
New moon.
New moon top there.
Chinese New Year, Year of the Snake.
Exactly. And I do that in my letter if you folks are interested in the Chinese zodiac and how it correlates to the stock market. Surprisingly, I have a study on that, and that shows what the average return is for each year in the Chinese zodiac. So I kind of love forecasting models. I collect them. All right, so we go up into there, and you made a nice pullback low there. I think that was about $1.50. That was good for about $1,500. Copper was very nice. Had a nice pullback low there, and then popped up for a top there. It doesn't look like very much, but when you blow up the chart, every penny in copper is $250. And if you make, I think that's like 25, 10 cents on the way up, and even that's $2,500, and about 10 cents on the way down or more. That's another $2,500. So in a few days, you had a chance to make about $5,000. Here's we had 2 points for silver. That obviously did not work. Here's gold. They just kept going up. Two misses there for gold. The S&P, we did a little bit better. You can see here if you sold, we had 6 points for 6 points. One, this was a pass, so they only had 5 singles out of 6. There's a short-term top there, and I think again that's like big bars, so 60 down to about 6,000. So you have kind of a chance to make 50 or 60 handles there. And then we pulled back here, and that was a really nice low there on the S&P. We had 2 misses there, so we went 3 out of 6 there.
Okay, we'll be right back, Norm. We got to pay a few bills. Norm Winsky, Astro-Trends, will be right back with us, folks, so stay tuned.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Back, folks, with Norm Winski. Please continue, Norm.
Thank you very much, Larry. When we went to commercial, I just finished S&P. We're looking at T-bonds, rallied into our point there for the moon, and then had a nice pullback for about $1, so that's about $1,000. Here's your U.S. dollar there. If you sold on the moon, you had a little bit of a pullback there, had a chance to make a little bit of money, and then it rallied up to our next point, and that was really a nice point there, 108.60 roughly, down to about 107, about $1.50 there. I think that works out on the futures to about $1,500. And here's your BP here. I want to pull back. British pound, pull back low, a little pop up, had a chance to make a small profit there. Kind of the same thing on the euro. Yen had a little pullback low there, a nice pop up. And so when we add up all the arrows, green arrows and red arrows, 17 whistles, 11 misses. That's not one of my better streaks out of 28. For 60.71%, kind of on the low end of my usual range there. And so I don't know how many people come on your show, Larry, and show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, but I do that. Okay, so let's talk about some longer-term forecasting models. Maybe some of you folks have heard of the January barometer. Maybe you may not know the name of it. When I talk to people, they say, "Oh, I don't know what that is," and then I say the famous phrase, "As January goes, so goes the year," and you might be more familiar with that, and that's what they call the January barometer. Basically, it's real simple. It says when January is an up month, you're likely to have an up year, and if January is a down month, you're likely to have a down year. When I first ran across that, I think about back in the 1979, 1980 area, I was curious. I went and tested it. And it looked pretty good. And then I got the idea, well, gee, maybe it can forecast turning points along the way during the year, not just the end of the year. And so I've worked on that all these years now. I guess it'll be about 45 years or so. And so here's what we have for right now is here's your results for January. Let's see, in January 2025, Dow Jones was up 4.7%. S&P up 2.7%, and the NASDAQ was up 1.6%. Those are indicating that we should have an up year. The more I think more interesting is I have the model that based on the price action of January that actually has had some good results on predicting turning points during the year. And that leads us into the fractal idea that you take a small portion of something and you extrapolate out the bigger picture. This is a branch of chaos theory, which is a part of theoretical physics. Mr. Mandelbrot, I think Larry has mentioned him in the past, came up with chaos theory, and a branch of that is called fractals. And the example of a fractal is a pine tree, where you have the branches look like the tree and the little twigs look like the branches. So it's a repeating pattern at different levels of order. I've taken that concept and applied it to the markets. Now, I'm mentioning this one more time because this past weekend, I finished the forecast for 2025, the 2025 Fractal Futures forecast. I have this covering 28 different futures markets, including, I know most of you are stock market people, so don't worry. I have the Dow Jones, the S&P, and the NASDAQ all covered in there, plus most of your major commodities are covered there. And so there we go. And if you like, let's see. Oh, yeah. You can get this year's forecast. For the first 5 people that contact me and mention Larry, I'm going to give you a half off. That's first. So you get the whole year and a free class to go with that. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes for me to go through that for only $120. If that's too big of an investment for you, you can contact me. I'll send you last year with the results and give you a free class. That's all free. If you mention Larry, you can get double your money back guarantee, right, Larry?
If you say
okay.
So.
I don't know where Larry must have gone for a snack break or something. Okay, you get the full report for those for free. There we go. I did all that. All right, here's 2 examples from last year. You see the blue bars are the forecasts, and the black bars are the actual results overlaid after the fact at the end of the year. So you can see that was crude oil. That's pretty good. And here's your NASDAQ. I think that worked out pretty well, too. Not all of them are that good, obviously. All right, here's what's coming up in the future. We have a full moon the night of the 11th. That'll be tomorrow night. Today's the 10th. We have a full moon in the sign of Leo. This is particular. Well, I'm going to go through the basics first. That means full moon means we look at financials, grains, precious metals, oil. And because it's in the sign of Leo, we want to focus on corn and gold. And I think I mentioned earlier that gold is in the rocket mode. It's just up, and away. So we might be looking at the top there for gold by Wednesday morning. That'll be the 12th. Yeah, on the 12th. And then also we have the 2 days later, we have Pluto to the U.S. chart for stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then the night of the 14th, that'll be a weekend. That's a weekend. Uranus to the U.S. chart again for stock, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then here's another interesting point for gold in these other markets, but let me list them: cattle, copper, corn, cotton, gold, sugar, and wheat. And it might be particularly interesting given what gold is doing right now in the rocket mode there, possibly parabolic. That back on October the 30th, we had the opposite Venus point, Venus aphelion, and that was a high that held for, I think, about 2 or 3 months, and it had about a $200 pullback there in the gold, and so you might want to watch that on the night of the 19th. That'll be next a week from Wednesday night, and then the night of the 21st, the moon's north node is going to line up with Neptune in Pisces. This is like a triple quadruple wacko hit for anything to do with Pisces, because Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, and it's in Pisces, and that's oil, and also silver. All right, so that's a huge point for crude oil right around the night of the 21st into the 22nd of February. And then we also have Mars changing signs. Oh, no, I take that back. Mars in Cancer is going to turn direct for silver. So here's the thing. I've been doing this. I need to update this now. As of May of this year, I will have been a professional trader. I was landed on the CBOE in May of 1975, did that for 12 years, also traded on the Chicago Board of Trade. And during that time, I was trying to study anything I could get my hands on. So I know a lot of these different advanced methodologies, GAN, elite wave, astrophysics. And my goal, and one of my goals is...
Got to pay a few bills, Norm. Okay. Stay with us. I'll give you another 2 minutes, okay? How's that?
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Norm, why don't you tell the folks how they can reach you?
You bet. One quick note. If you think what I've showed you today is complicated, good news. I reduce everything to very simple grade school level. I say every day, nothing I'm doing is over 5th grade level. And give me a chance, and I'll prove it. So I'm in beautiful Naples, Florida. Please contact me. We'll set up a free chat. I'll answer all your questions if I can. And that's the phone number if you want to call me. It's 239-594-3939. That's 239-594-3939. Or you can email me at nwinski@yahoo.com which is also my Skype address if you'd like to call me for free overseas or something. And then we'll have a nice chat, and I'll try to answer your questions, and hopefully I can help you maybe improve your trading and give you some great ideas. Thanks a lot for having me on, Larry. Hey, by the way, do we have any questions or comments from the Tigers?
No, not today. You did a good job covering it. So take care, my friend. Stay on the green side of the grass and be safe.
Everybody have a great week. Looking forward to hearing from you real soon.
Okay, thank you very much, Norm. Remember, folks, tomorrow's guest will be Stan Harley, and then on Wednesday we're going to have Mike Moore of More Analytics as our guest, and hopefully on Friday we're going to have Shane Smolian, the Wolf Trader himself, is going to be on, and so we have a full gamut of people this week. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And we've got 52 seconds left, and I'm going to show you the chart of Apple. I'm sorry for not bringing it up earlier, folks. Let's get it up here. It's right here, right on the main drag here. They've been beating this poor stock up for quite a while. You can see here today's action. You can see there's where we were Friday. All we did, you can see we went just about right to the exact, we hit the exact 50% level right here. It's only $1 between the two, so still looks lower in Apple. So that's what we're paying attention to, folks. We'll see you on the flip side tomorrow with Stan Harley as our guest. May God bless.